Top 40 J.K. Rowling quotes to inspire strength through adversity. If you want to see the true measure of a man, watch how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. The internet has been a boon and a curse for teenagers. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. What's coming will come, and we'll just have to meet it when it does. Anything's possible if you've got enough nerve. And the idea of just wandering off to a cafe with a notebook and writing and seeing where that takes me for a while is just bliss. I sometimes have a tendency to walk on the dark side. The truth. It is a beautiful and terrible thing, and must therefore be treated with great caution. Youth cannot know how age thinks and feels. But old men are guilty if they forget what it was to be young. Failure means a stripping away of the inessential. Indifference and neglect often do much more damage than outright dislike. To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. Whether you come back by page or by the big screen, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Never trust anything that can think for itself if you can't see where it keeps its brain. Talent and intelligence never yet inoculated anyone against the caprice of the fates. When people are very damaged, they can often meet the world with a kind of defiance. Humans have a knack for choosing precisely the things that are worst for them. Hearing voices no one else can hear isn't a good sign, even in the wizarding world. The moment you are old enough to take the wheel, responsibility lies with you. I think you have a moral responsibility when you've been given far more than you need, to do wise things with it and give intelligently. You sort of start thinking anything's possible if you've got enough nerve. Secretly, we're all a little more absurd than we make ourselves out to be. I would like to be remembered as someone who did the best she could with the talent she had. Never be ashamed. There's some who'll hold it against you, but they're not worth bothering with. There was a point where I really felt I had "penniless divorcee lone parent" tattooed on my head. In fact, you couldn't give me anything to make me go back to being a teenager. Never. No, I hated it. I am proud of having done what I've done. Very proud. If you love something, and there are things that I love, you do want more and more and more of it, but that's not the way to produce good work. I pay a lot of tax, and I feel, one of the reasons I stay and pay why I'm not based in Monaco. I think my country helped me. There are some things you can't share without ending up liking each other. Harry Potter gave me back self-respect. Harry gave me a job to do that I loved more than anything else. I've never managed to keep a journal longer than 2 weeks. I will carry on writing, to be sure. But I don't know if I would want to publish again after Harry Potter. If you're holding out for universal popularity, I'm afraid you will be in this cabin for a very long time. If ever I expected to come face to face with an angry Christian fundamentalist, it wasn't in FAO Schwartz. I don't read chick lit, fantasy, or science fiction, but I'll give any book a chance if it's lying there and I've got half an hour to kill. I've been asked this question so many times: do you feel you need to write a book for adults? No, I don't need to write a book for adults. I loved writing for kids. I loved talking to children about what I'd written. I don't want to leave that behind. We do stigmatize teens a lot and see them as scary and alien. I like to get in among a set of people and get to know them very well. Some of the furor that surrounded a Harry Potter publication was fun. And finally, we do not need magic to change the world, we carry all the power we need inside ourselves already, we have the power to imagine better. Comment your favorite J.K. Rowling quotes below.